Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. Welcome back to Transport Fever, where it is 1989. We start out today with this rather splendid fly past of Asgard that we've got going on. And largely, I'm doing a fly past here because I've recorded the camera movement, which means that we can revisit this later, and there'll be there'll be some kind of callback to a happier time. Or a simpler time, or something. There'll be a callback to something anyway. Right, okay, so the projects that we've got going on at the moment, it's all still straightforward. It's about pushing onwards with the development of the main line. I'm still reluctant. No, I'm not reluctant. I'm itching to get going with goods, but we're not quite there yet. I've got to get to the point where the whole main line is done, and then I can start playing with goods trains, because that's kind of the meat and the potatoes of this series, which I don't envisage being a beefy 50-parter, probably 30, 40 parts at the most. But yes, no goods trains until we've got the main line completed, because that's important for some reason that I don't fully understand. Anyway, we're going to get underway on the other side of the bombastic intro. See you there. You join me here today outside a brand new trucking facility that I've literally just put up. The reason that I've just put this up is because while it's taking some time for the Metroliner service that we recently built to get up to speed, I've decided that actually there are more low-hanging fruit, more hanging goods lines or something that I can plunder in order to keep my bank balance ticking up of its own volition, rather than having to be infused with pork on a regular basis. And as you can see, here we are, there we go, and it looks a bit like this. We've actually got 4 lines coming out of here, so we're distributing to 4 separate cities, which is good, because that will ramp up the amount of oil actually being produced significantly. So yes, this is Clampett oil, and the oil well itself is down here at the Triffid farm. So we truck the oil up this way, and then the primary route heads back, drops off in Pseudopolis on the way back. But we also make deliveries to Caprica and to Trumpton and to Winchestertonville. Yes. Or do we? I was pretty sure we did. But I'm not seeing any trucks out in this direction. I certainly set the route up. Are you expecting anyone? Oh, yeah. No, it's Clampett Distribution Bravo's all the way out there. I just haven't really... Oh, hello there. There's some more oil. Oh, I've left money on the table there. Okay, well, I'll get into that in due course, because we could then hit Hogsmeade as well. Anyway, I'm overcomplicating things. Do you want to see how this was put together? All right, here you go. So there you are, out the other side of a Swifty, how that was built, kind of a setup there. Now, as mentioned, this is in order to keep the bank fires burning, and they are burning. I mean, we were down 7 million last year, but I did spend 9 on trucks, and then another 4-ish on other bits and pieces. So overall, we're making some decent money. We brought in last year 12.3, and we spent 12.9 on running. No, that's not right. I didn't spend 12.9 on running costs. What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I did. I don't think I did. No, I brought in 19.4, you fool. And then spent 12.9. I should learn how to read this stuff, shouldn't I? So there's a 6 and a bit, 7 million quid profit sitting in there. We'll be better off than that this year, because already this new route is paying off, and the passenger line is also starting to get closer to being profitable. It's been running for 5 years now. That's how far we've advanced, but it still struggles to get over halfway. And it's actually running quite light at the moment, but it struggles to get over halfway full up. But as you can see, it's getting closer to breaking even. Obviously, these new goods lines, they take a little time to bed in fully. But if you look at the oil supply here, I know I've got 20 trucks on it, but it's already pushing 2 million quid profit a year. So this is all jolly dandy. Basically, all of these routes are profitable given enough time. If I were to just leave them running for 10 years or so and stick the trucks on auto replace and that kind of thing, they would all make money, and over time I'd be richer than Midas. But I'm not going to be richer than Midas. Instead, I'm going to build another bit of rail today. Now, I have been umming and ahhing. I know that's completely out of character for me, but I've been umming and ahhing about what the next step should be. So we've got our route running Pleasantville, Shermer, Asgard, Hogsmeade here, and I think that possibly making the next leg, which is going to be out to Megacity 1, is an option. Obviously, it's going to require some porkage, but what I'd quite like to do the other side of that would be to set up a separate 4-stop route that would go Megacity 1, Hogsmeade, Asgard, Shermer. So you'd end up with Pleasantview and Megacity 1 as kind of the outlying cities there. The other school of thought, the other thought school, would be running a line that goes Hogsmeade, Trumpton, Pseudopolis, Shermer, and this would just be again be a point to point, but it would not take on board Asgard. Now, this is the interior route that I've mentioned a couple of times, and the reason for doing it is, well, it's twofold really. Is that firstly, it's not going to be possible to just snake one. Well, it is possible, but it's not going to look good of just snaking one line through every single town, because you're going to have to do some doubling back on yourself, and it's not going to be perfect. Secondly, is that if you are just running linear routes in this fashion, so if you're only ever dealing with one line, it doesn't matter how you break the stops up, you're never going to deliver great passenger growth. So if I were to deliver a simple line from Pseudopolis to Shermer, for example, it would immediately be more profitable. The main line there would be more profitable because of the diversity of passengers coming in, because some of the people coming from Pseudopolis are going to want to go to Asgard, in which case they change trains, which bolsters my numbers up. The same being true in the opposite direction, of course, is someone from Pleasantview may change at Shermer in order to get to Pseudopolis. So there is logic in having these kind of interior services. And if any further reason were required, it would be that that's more trains that are going to be running. And that's why we're here. So that's what I'm considering. And I hadn't come up to an answer yet, which perhaps I should have done. This more highly polished, allegedly, series that we're running here. I possibly should have thought through exactly what I was going to be doing before I started opening my trap. I quite like the idea of filling in. Actually, no, I would love to fill in the centre bit, because that will make that line so much more profitable. but I'm not going to. We're going to continue on the primary route here, and before more damage is done, I think we're going to break out of Hogsmeade and head out to Mega City 1. Oh my giddy aunt, where are we going to build here? Look at all of this hilly rubbish. Okay, well, from here we go to Gallifrey, so a station in this lower path here. I quite like the notion of these houses overlooking the top, but this is a big bit of bulldozer that's going to happen about there. Yes, or we go over the top and elevate the thing, which might be interesting. I mean, it was going to make it trickier to get to... Oh, no, it's actually in a valley. Okay, have I even got an elevated station installed? I'm not entirely convinced that I have, you know. Does this superstation elevate? I think it might. Maybe it does. Elevation offset. Oh well, good luck. Let's see what we get. Well, let's ramp it up to maximum here. Elevation offset in meters, 12. And that's done... okay, oh no, no, this'll sort of work, sort of. I'm going to have a bit of a stress, a bit of a strain, a bit of a something or other, to get it to slot in to the to all the street connections. But then, you know, when don't I? Underground pedestrian tunnel. Yeah, let's have that. I don't want to do underground tracks just purely because they're not very good. It's nothing to do with this mod. It's just generally doing underground stuff isn't particularly great in this transport thief. One would hope, development team, that you would sort that out for the next one. You know, make underground good again, if it was ever to begin with. Right, we'll run this at 320, which is about what we've been doing before. Elevation offset. Let's find a flat bit and actually see what this looks like. Yeah, this looks flattish. Yeah, okay, so that's definitely raised. Yeah, there you go. Definitely raised. And there's that. I imagine that's the underground pedestrian tunnel bit. The mind boggles, frankly, but then, you know, my mind is so regularly boggled, who would ever know the difference? High speed that. Let's make this a 1990... No, let's do the next one. 1920 station. Both, because I like to live on the edge. I don't know about you. And... oh, should we be controversial and not even run the... this may end up being a rhetorical question, and not run a doodah, the goods line next to it. Well, where would you run it instead? I could run it underneath or something. Could you, though? I mean, given that you're on a piece of relatively flat ground right now, and it's giving you an unable to align terrain, this may be a non-starter in the first place. Maybe if we kill off this underground tunnel. No, you can't align the terrain. Well, that's a bit of a Debbie Downer, isn't it? What else have we got? Have I got a floaty station here somewhere? I won't have one that serves our purposes quite so happily. Let's try generic station here. Hello, generic station. Do you fancy flying? Height, 1380. Hello. That's 1380 millimeters, apparently. Well, how about, you know, something a little bit more active than height of the millimeter variety. Slope percent, 100%. Okay, that's got one of the ends in the air. All right, good. All right, don't bother with that. What I want is can I have this on supports? What I need is an L, effectively. No, I don't think this is going to... Hold on, general altitude, 6. Look, I'm pressing the ruddy button here, but I'm general... Hold on, maybe general altitude is working there. Yeah, it is, look, but it's on the tilt. I don't want it on the tilt. De-tilt my station, por favor. And then we shall do something. Or do I have to do both? Oh, the layout on this flipping menu. It's fine. If you take the time to actually study the thing and get it right. Let's put that down to there. No, it's still trying to fly one end. which is not entirely what the doctor ordered. Right, go all the way back up here. High speed, yes please, thank you very much. Number of tracks 7. So obviously we're going to have, oh no, we do have transit track opportunity here. Oh, flipping it, this is doing the dance of I'm gonna crash your game anytime soon. It's gonna crash. You can just feel it. 2 transit tracks and stick it on the left hand side. Okay, how does that look? In your own time. No, you've put those in the wrong place, Chief. I mean, they're lovely, but they're going to end up crossing over my passenger line, which I'm trying to avoid for fear of the usual drama, to be honest. Height. No height, thank you. Does that now look more... no, it doesn't look any more. All right, okay, come on, we'll find this. This is going to be found. We are going to platform variation 100. But what do you mean variation? How variable do I need my platforms? Platform variation 10 appears to be pretty much the narrowest extremity width. Oh, I think we'll go Gaussian with that. Because I'm sure that's when I press that button, it's done nothing either. I question what level of mad scientist has actually put this thing together, you know, because they're gone like, what's the most ambiguous way I could word this? Oh, I see. If we make it uniform, now that's all gone terrifying. So how about we make it 100% length? No, don't Gaussian it. Make it all uniform. All right, maybe that did something, maybe it didn't. This has turned into an impromptu mod discovery segment. I'll be out the other side of it in a minute. General altitude, that's minus, and that's plus. What happens if I hit plus? Oh, is that raising both ends? No, it's not. What if we don't raise either end? Hello. What if we say general altitude 0? No, I've got no idea what's going on there. Right, going back to the original one again. Oh, well, that was fun for all of us, I think. There, well done. We made it out the other side. So we're back with Mr. Non-Terrain Alignment, the station. And we'll see if we can non-align the terrain over here, which is where we want it. Yep, there we go. There's the terrain not aligned. This should be easier. I'm just saying that the documentation and the intuitiveness of this player designed modification, for which I am endlessly grateful, is woeful. There is nothing intuitive about this in the ruddy slightest. Elevation offset 0. There you go. Do you want to align with anything? Oh, you're slightly happier to align. I'll tell you who's not going to be slightly happier, though, and that's the townsfolk when Billy Bulldozer comes in just a moment. Now then, where am I going to stick this? I think we're going to stick this as an aggressive corner, and I am going to stick, given that I've blown the opportunity to have this as a whatever it was that I was attempting to do beforehand. Give me some of that. Are you on the outside now? You are on the outside. Am I facing in the right direction? It's always worth asking yourself these questions. Right, we want the station building on the left as we look at it now. We want to put a little bit of wiggle on there. Right, because there's Mega City 1. Gallifrey's just around the other side of that bit of hill. All right, I can afford to pay for this one out of my own personal bank balance. You know, I don't have to dip into Madame Pork's endless supply of wealth and joy yet. I will though, because this is I think once I've bulldozed this street. Do they know what's coming? These poor innocents, these poor lambs. They honestly haven't got a handle on the limited lifespan that they have left available. Let's bend it the other way. There you go. Something along these lines is going to work pretty well, I reckon. Okay, good. Right, here we go. Take no prisoners. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, you're all dead. There you go. Let's get rid of some of the trees as well, because I'm feeling vindictive. Right, pause so the AI doesn't get any funny ideas. And then we shall improve the landscape for all and sundry. If all or sundry happen to be in the area, they should be aware that I am improving the landscape for them. About there looks good, but let's smooth this thing. Maximum smooth already. Okay, fine. There you go. Wallop. Get all of that looking peachy keen, smooth as a baby's derriere, and then we shall slam our station in the middle. £500,000 seems a little bit steep, and that's because it is. Well, it's not as steep as I could make it. All right, let's get about there. What do you think? I mean, you could tell me what you think in a minute, but I'll have done by then, because we're obviously not working in real time. I do need a bit of a kink on that end. What about a big kink on that end? That's too much. A semi kink. How about that? Yeah, that looks good. I like it. I'm so happy with it. I'm going to buy the company. Right, good. Spanking. Now then, let's. I had this theory where if I stuck a bit of road in here, then when the AI puts its mind to rebuilding everything that was recently destroyed, it would do it immediately alongside the station. But I am going to buff this up to be a similar height, just to make life easier on everybody. Well, okay, just to make life easier on myself primarily, but anybody else who feels like benefiting is more than welcome to do so. How are we looking? We're looking grand. The children are most pleased. They're singing in the streets. 3 buildings will be... Oh dear. Right, now then, this is the tricky one. Although you've got this nice bit of street there, but what I'm thinking is I'll pull a semicircle around the outside here, which will leave enough room for a nice sort of cascade of buildings going on there, while keeping the overlook of whatever this terrifying, polluting, flipping, whatever the heck it is, over here. However, I am going to go through the front garden of some of them, the back garden of some of them. Some of them will be removed. Now then, what does that do to the road? It's clearly stuck a ugly little lump in there, look. Can you do me something that's not ugly? I mean, look, that just seems unnecessary. Look, if I'm bulldozing it anyway, do it, try and do me a favour and keep it straightish. Right, we'll do that, and then we'll crank it down until... No, we don't. We need crank it down no further. That has not disrupted the road too greatly. Although keeping it up up. That's it. Keeping it up one more notch may be preferable. Right, and then we'll continue our magical journey into the unknown. How's that? What's that done to the street? Nothing too terrible. Good, we'll take it. Now, I mean, that's quite an aggressive slope. But given the height it's coming down from, an aggressive slope was always on the cards. There's what's a girl to do, frankly. Right, bang that in there, and then give you a bit of that kind of action. See, that looks all right. I think we get the smoothing gun out again. Just ease these banks down a bit. As much as the AI is more than capable of doing that for itself, you do like to just lend a hand to make it beautiful in a shameless kind of a fashion. Right, whip that down there. No, whip it back this way. That's better. Okay, right, now then, if we continue our whip, I'm not entirely sure of the terminology I have devised for myself there, but we'll roll with it. Keep the whippage down as far as there. Sort this bit out because you've created a horrible flipping bit of unpleasantry in there. Give me some medium. Oh, I see. We're now chasing this road away. There you go. No, look, I don't want a lump. De-lump thyself. Make thine lumps a thing of the past. Oh, flipping. Alright, let's try that. How's that look? Yeah, see, that bizarrely, that's actually come out all right. Right, okay, rock that down there. Good. All connections resumed. No, we're still missing one. Okay, well, I'll get to it. Oh, it's this one here. Okay, now then, do the same thing on the other side. Tally ho. And then, of course, there's the small matter of a little bit of rail laying, but I'm a master at such things, so that doesn't fill me with any kind of trepidation in the slightest. It's just getting these roads to, you know, not uglify themselves as soon as you connect them up. I mean, that's not the worst bit of road I've built, but it's close to it. Okay, get yourself looking like that for the moment, and I'll figure you out presently. Let's do some of this. Bosh that round the corner, and then I need to figure out how to go for... Oh, you know what's going to look good? Do you, though? Do you know what's going to look good here? This is going to look good. Well, not that, obviously. Will you come out here in a straightish line? Oh, hello, nurse. Oh, that's... Oh, look at it, though. Would you just... That's the kind of span that interests me. I think we can do it better. I mean, obviously, we can do it better. But we've got a slope up. We've got a sloped section up here, and we've got a sloped section up there, and I think we can go straight across. Now, it's going to make it quite a lengthy bridge, and so not terribly practical. But I think the end result... See, look, see, something like that. But do it with something modern. And I think what you end up there with is there... It is where... What? Yes, you end up with there... Well done, you got there eventually. Is something pretty dramatic. I'm not so keen on it not being kind of flat the entire time. I need some sort of virtual spirit level. But we're going back to that notion. We're gonna do that again, and I'm gonna see if we can't. No. If we can't, I guess it's going to be this one, isn't it? I guess it's not going to be that one. What's your problem? That looks more viable than what I had before. Don't tell me I can't put it back again. Right. Now that leads to quite a lengthy bridge. It's not going to be that long. Let's bring it down to the one we want. Keep it... Whoa. Whatever you're trying to do now, stop doing that. Stop trying to be clever and instead try and be obedient. How's that? Right, up a little bit further, but not too much. Right. Now that I've ceased concentrating on such things, now it needs to go up a little further still. Right. How about that? Money's no object, friends. We can borrow it. There you go. I think we're about there. It's just a smidge too high now. And down. There you go. How's that? That is flipping terrific. Hold on. Interesting that I have chosen to put the passing tracks in the middle of the station. Unfortunately, I did not notice that before. Oh, buttocks. Well, I've got to fix it. I can't leave it like that because it's just going to make this a mess. Equally, I'm going to need this bit here in order to put the bridge pillar in. So I may end up... Sorry, cancel it. I may end up doing this a couple of times. Oh, damn. Right, okay, yeah, good. It always helps if you make sure you've put your passing tracks in the right place. They should be over on this side, which I think is going to be the B track. Okay. Well, it's not complained. It is giving me the go-ahead button. It's going to cost me £250,000. But that has done what I needed it to do. So that's good. That bit, painless. This bit, however, I suspect there will be some pain. I imagine that it wouldn't be too much to believe that Daniel Day-Lewis may turn up and start doing an accent at me. Right, here we go. How's that? Yeah, again, we might have to improvise our rail going through it. In fact, you know what we should do? We should put a rail in there now, even if, as is very, very, very likely, it's not going to work once I've done so. Oh, I'm sure it can improvise. Just have a big bit that isn't supported. It's not like you're going to run anything heavy over it. I mean, buses aren't that heavy these days, are they? Can we even get around this corner? Well, we should be able to. Otherwise, I'm gonna accuse the designer of this this modification of not doing a very good job. I'm really not, though. They've done a sterling job. It just doesn't work. Okay, well, in that case, all right, no, we can work with this. All we'll do is we'll make this passing track section single track. Obviously, I'm going to have to remember that, but we make that single track, and that might even leave me enough room for my pillar. And I'll tell you, no, don't get carried away. What I was about to do there was go, and we shall have interior 6-lane road as well. But I felt that might be a bridge too far. There, that might have been a Raymargan. Right, there are we. That looks all right. Let's bring it back just a little bit. Are we there? I think. Nope, still down a bit further. Yep, right. Right, I'm pleased with that. Sold. We'll take it. Thank you very much. Charge it to my account. Right, now then, we'll also upgrade that fella to be Town Road. That way the AI, should it deem it worthwhile, will build on there. And that would be jolly decent of it. Oh, there you go. Have some more ugly lumps in your road. I don't want ugly lumps in my road. I want beautiful straight pieces of road. Because, you know, that is what nature intended. You know, when roads were first evolved, they were always straight and beautiful. All right, yep, that's a connection. What about you? You feel like getting up my nose as well? Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, I can see it. However, that's not terrible. This bit though is. So we'll do that, and then we'll try and do this. All right, I tell you what, we'll do that. That's even more dramatic. Okay, that's good too. How about pulling something out this way? No, you've created a wrinkle. Now you see it? Look, wrinkle. Bad wrinkle. Actually, the wrinkle's going to persist there no matter what I do with this bit. Well, in that case, stuff it. Let's go under this bridge. Because I think it's high enough that we may get some plucky townsfolk actually build under there. That'd be brilliant. Right, okay, how's that? That's pretty exciting, if you ask me. And I realise you didn't, but I told you my opinion anyway. Yes, that is pretty exciting. Smooth that off a smidge. Good. I haven't built any track yet. That's not for your benefit, that's for mine. I've just, just letting myself know that we do still need to build some track here. All right, medium country road. Join up onto that junction. Everything should be peachy. And it is. Good. So, right. Now then, let's... I'm going to run a little bit of track out towards... Where the heck am I facing? Oh, you've gone wrong there. You wanted an S instead, but we're not going to change it now because you've committed to it. But somewhere along the lines there, Buster, you lost sight of where you were going and ended up trying to get round the side of this hill rather than the side of that one. We'll make it work. It's just going to take a little bit of a scenic detour, I suppose. So we'll run off this way, just to block ourselves a bit of route. There you go. Do that one like this. Oh, this is going to look quite nice actually when we're done fiddling with it. Now, I can't remember which end, because obviously I haven't built since last time we were here. I can't remember which end is the terminus for the odd track. So we'll worry about that in a minute. Right, 10 million quid to do a bridge and undoubtedly a tunnel. Well, it's going to be an adventure. Let's go from here. Tell me the worst. Tell me the worst as soon as you can bear to do so. All right, that's 2.5 million that way. But before we do that, hello, enterprising townsfolk. Enterprise no longer. You should have seen this coming. Kind of go, he's not going to do anything with that bit of... Oh, he has. Oh, dear. Right, here we go. This is going to get over with no problem at all. It's certainly not going to fight me. It's going to not have any kind of a crisis in the slightest. All right, okay. First time's always a trial run. There you go. Right, now then, I think I might have to elevate by 1. Yep. Okay, fine. Right, I think this is going to work. I don't know why. I'm not basing that off anything. I'm not going, yes. Based on the many, many successful applications of track laying that I have in my checkered history, this one feels like one of the ones that's going to work brilliantly. No, I know of no such thing. I have nothing to validate that with, other than surely it should work. It's not going to fight me. It wouldn't dream of it. We're friends. Right. You go as far as there. Stop it. Just no. Stop trying to be clever. I appreciate that you're just being helpful, but you're not. Right, now then, which is the entry end here? It's this one, isn't it? Okay, so this one doesn't need expanding any further, and as if I would left myself a message for the future by sticking some buffers on there. So clearly it's not this end. Right, okay, where are we going to go from then? I've still got to run flipping goods lines out here. I should probably do that now. Otherwise I'm only going to regret having not done it later. Go match up with that and then increase your elevation. I don't know if I'm going to be able to snap this one together or not, or whether it's effectively going to be 4 bridges. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't actually have a problem with it being 4 bridges. I think that might be really quite exciting. It'll certainly be a sight to behold. Right, you seem to have taken the lead, so off you go. Get over this side. Too much slope. Well, that's not what I was expecting. It's worked, look. What if I go down one? Still worked, but you have killed that for river traffic. Now then, speak to me of river traffic. No, I tell you what, if that's killed it for river traffic, so be it. What we'll have to do is we'll stick a dock somewhere else and we'll drop it off accordingly. So, no, we'll leave that as is. Now then, do we want to try and hoik it round the corner as well and be really clever? I mean, admittedly, it's not all that clever. Yeah, all right, that's good. We'll take it. Thank you. Good. Now then, we've got a target. Now let's see if everything else is going to comply. Don't snap to the flipping road. We've got to leave the road there, otherwise we're never going to get it back in again. I'm hoping the people that were recently evicted... hold on, what did I... Oh, it decided it couldn't be bothered to build. Okay, well... This is my secret plan to make that work. Oh, even the secret plan to make that work's not working. That's novel. Well, we're not going to single track any of this because that is not going to fly. Let's go as far as here, right, and then connect you here up to there. Look, you snapped. You shouldn't be trying to snap to the road. You just shouldn't. Oh, this is gonna be, you know, ace, and it's gonna bring all kinds of. What have I built there? That's not what I wanted. Right, okay, stop talking. It's going to be ace. Keep talking. You know, that's your excuse for why all this stuff is so bad, is that it's because you are delivering high quality commentary. There you go, we got that one over. That one's going over. Do we actually want to merge it onto there? I think that's unnecessary. Okay, you think it's unnecessary. I think it might be necessary to make it work, but, you know, you're the boss. Right, let's go again. Right, get round over there like that. Hold that like this, and then you're down at ground level. That's novel. It's also not what I'd anticipated. Give it the red stuff. There you go. Now then, does that look bad, or does that look okay? Or would this be... I think that's preferable, isn't it? Now, we do have a bit of lift at the start of the bridge there, part out of necessity. I mean, actually, it's not out of necessity at all. I could bulldoze this road and everybody would be absolutely fine with it. But it is one of the connections between one side of town and the other. And therefore, I'm slightly reluctant to get shot of it, because it's just going to make future commercial endeavours all the more challenging. There you go. That sounded. See, that sounds like a really good piece of vindicating a course of action. All right. Okay. Couple more to go. I hope you enjoy the shocking building of roads over water. Hold on, too much slope. No, it's not too much slope. It's just the flipping road. No, it didn't take. Oh heck! Come on, you can do it. Give me the thing that I need you to give me, which looks rather like that, and hit it. No. Now, the reason it's not taking, well, I don't know. I mean, you know, computer code, anything could happen. But the specific reason that it's not taking is because it won't complete if I hold down Shift. And holding down Shift, as you well know, is the means by which one ensures that something does not snap. Now, if I took that to there and we snap to that, I think we might still be able to get an elegant curve. And then hold that, because it's trying to snap to the road. Nope, doesn't want to do it. You absolute peasant. But what we might be able to do is rock it back a little further, and then maybe it will take. And it's a faint hope. Oh, look at that. That's rubbish. All right, there we go. Shift button held down, and gotcha. Marvellous. Okay, good. Then this one will go as well. I mean, I say that, but it might not. It should, but it might not. See? Didn't. Oh, phooey. Right, take that as far as there. If I can get this to put these barriers up. Would you call those barriers? Oh, look at the mess on there. I might have to veto this as a course of action. I'm going to veto it. No, it's not good enough. You can't have handrails in the middle of the track. It doesn't look right. What it looks is wrong. There you go. You're going to have to take that back as well. Oh, no. Yeah, well, look, this is going to be worth it. And you're certainly getting your money's worth as far as volume of train-based entertainment is concerned today. So, you know, we're all in this together. We're all riding the same merry pony at this point. Flipping merry ponies. No. It's not high enough. But I don't care. If you're going to let me get away with it, then I don't mind the pony absence. No. The pony thing was what we're all riding. Oh no, why are you colliding? Don't flipping collide. Why are you not snapped? All right, maybe we should answer some of these fundamental questions a little bit more slowly. There we are. Do that, and then go all the way along to there, and then hold that, and then click this. No, just do it. Don't make this a struggle. I mean, it's like arguing with a flipping 6-year-old. No, I'm not going to do it that way. Yes, you are going to do it that way, because that's the way I want you to do it. Here we go. Look, every time I hold this while we do the thing, you eventually get the idea. Just like today. Grand. Okay, now, that's at a slightly different elevation. I steered away from being at a slightly different elevation when doing the goods track, but now I've done another one, I'm going, well, maybe I should have done that, because it certainly makes it visually stimulating. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly visually stimulated. I mean, I could even do something completely bananas once we're over the other side and run this track underneath the other one, switching around the central two lines for no reason at all. It's not like I need to do it. I'd be doing that just for amusement. So I'm not going to, because we're not about doing stuff just for amusement. It has to at least have a pseudo practical purpose. At this stage of the series, anyway, where are we? Part 4. Yeah, we're not about mucking about yet. You've got to get to at least part 30 before I start building stuff which I know has no practical application. Now then, let's see if this last one will give up without too much of a fight, shall we? Less a question, more of a statement of hope. Right, here we go. Are you going to? Of course you're not. All right. Well, let's. Oh, hold on. If we flatten this out, go from the platform edge. Go again. There we are. Right. Go as far as about there. Get the right bit of bridge. All right. Roll this across that way a little bit. Hold shift. Hit the button. Gotcha. Wicked. Okay, so we have ended up going with 4 bridges. I had not anticipated this morning that I would be building 4 bridges, and yet here we are. I can't say that I'm too sorry about it either. I think it's all rather lovely. Now, these two being the station approach lines here, that I need to figure out a way of getting them merged over. I don't think it's going to be too much of a challenge. How have we ended up with 3 lines there? Okay, there you go. We don't need 3 lines there. Now, I need you to get down here and snap onto there without making a song and a dance about it. Now, slowing down to 120 kilometers an hour, that, I would argue, is a little bit of a song and quite a lot of a dance. But given the angle that we're going to have to take here, I don't think there's any way to avoid it without, some convoluted swan neck rubbish. And you know how we feel about swan neck rubbish. The bigger question is going to be, can we get the goods line to comply? Actually, there is a reasonable argument to be said that I could switch the goods line onto the other side. That might be fun, but we're not going to do that. Right, you go around there. Now, I'm not too bothered about the goods line losing speed because obviously it's a goods line, and therefore it's not going to be going that quickly to begin with. This is all looking quite pleasing. There you go. Is it though? Is it looking pleasing, or is it looking a little bit duff? Because I'm not sure if that's a lump or not you've got there, and I think it's a lump. I think it's had to change its altitude rather too quickly. So we're going to know no fear, and we're going to roll it back a little bit on the bridge side of things and see if we can't even that up some. We probably won't. We'll probably end up with more or less the same effect that we had before. But a good cause is worth pursuing. All right. Well, that all looks legit. Let's have a look. Yeah, that seems to have done it. I know. I'm actually semi-surprised about that, but nonetheless delighted. All right, good. There we go. Yeah, and then you've got a slightly raised middle track, and you've got a slightly lower. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Now we need to take. No, we don't. Hold on. Where is it? You haven't done it yet. Oh, okay. I thought we were done with this, but no, we're not. All right, take that around there. Now, because that's not snapped to anything at all, that should be a nice smooth curve coming down. Well, of course it is. It's a line that we don't really need to exist, but it's done it, and therefore, I'm deliriously happy, as is plainly obvious by the tone of my voice. Right, now then, we'll rock you forward this way. this straight section here represents our best chance to merge the whatever it is that I'm merging. Probably some track or something, right? Yes, as well, you know, stop being facetious. It is most definitely some track or something. Except I've forgotten how I do this, the two-line merger. Let's go and review the situation up at Asgard. I'm just checking where I'm merging to, frankly. So you have done, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I see. You've merged them into one, and then they need to get over onto line 1, and then slip junction all along the way. Now, there's going to be someone in the comments that kind of goes, oh, you and your slip junctions. Oh, slip junctions are bad and evil and must be stopped, or something along those lines, to which I'll go like, yeah, but they get the job done, don't they? And that'll be the end of the conversation. Because I might get a bit of an argument back again, but I'll have moved on by that point. I'll be on to my next wizard project. There you go. That's that. That was actually a little less painful than I was anticipating. There you go. Hope you like slip junctions, because there's a whole bunch of them. That could be nicer. I don't know. I don't want to move. It's going to fight me when I try and reconnect that, you know. I've seen it happen, and it's not a pretty sight. Go on. Go on. No, not from there. See, that wrong. Wrong, that is. This bit. That's what I want. No, there's nothing I can do. Oh, and then you have to get rid of it all. And then we have to go again. I should have just stuck with it. We were happy. Everybody was, you know, there was a sense of optimism that we would move on to the next bit. All right, how does that feel? Okay, feels good. Does it feel good? Yep, I'm feeling good about it. All right, then it is good. And then if we can do something somewhat subtle from about here, that's good too. Yeah, I see. That's much better. Right, good. Well, it was there we go. An exercise worth pursuing was indeed an exercise. Right, okay, next job is to breach the tunnel. Now then, we've got what are we looking at here? So it is 1 and 2, and they're the ones that continue. Right, okay, so we don't need to connect these N2. It's these 4, well, these 5 plus. We've got to break that 2 down into a 1 to go down there. Complicated, but fun. So, yeah, you ready for this? I think so. Off we go. Where are we going? We're going over here. Oh, okay. Good. This is modern engineering in action there. Kind of go, tunnel's going the wrong way, Dave. All right, hang on. I'll put a kink in it. That's it. That's got it. How much was that? 2 and a bit million. Chump change. Right, get you to there. Hold everything. No. We don't do it like that. Are you new here? You always lay road over rail, not the other way around. And we're not going to lay road over rail here either, because I don't believe in level crossings. And as a result, I'm going to put road over rail here, because I haven't done many level crossings in this series. And once in a while, they can be visually quite stimulating. So it's worth pursuing. Now, I'm down to my last 2 million quid. I'm going to have to unpause, I think, in order to complete this this task. Look at that. Yep. Now, when this is running at capacity, good luck ever getting across there. Assuming I ever get anywhere close to capacity. I think the capacity is largely one in my head at present, but there you go. All right, I quite like this sort of guitar string bridge motif that we've got going on there. Now it's just a case of running you lot through the mountain, and inexpensively. You're going to break me back on the first manoeuvre. Well, thank you very much for that. Surely we can do it cheaper than that. Ah, there you go. See, that wasn't so hard now, was it? Good luck on the next one. No, I don't think we've got a prayer on the next one. I think we're going to have to activate Agent Pork. Right. Paging Agent Pork. Hello there. Right, now then, we have a standard amount of pork that we like to deploy when we deploy the pork. And I think it's only fitting that we deploy this pork just outside Hogsmeade for some pork-related pun action availability. Right, open fire. There you go, those lines are straight. So that's another, what, how many did I just buy? 50. That's another 50 we've got there. Good. I'm hoping I'm keeping count somewhere. Pretty certain I am, actually. I mean, I've been keeping a reasonable count so far, and that's lovely. And really, the only thing that would stop me from paying all this off fairly swiftly is time and letting the game run forward on itself. Now, I want to match up the tunnel entrance here, but we have to slow to 112 to get through there. I'm not thrilled about slowing at 112. Also, for the panel's consideration, we do have to get this over onto there. And if this is looking as it does currently, that's going to prove challenging. Hold on. And also, for your own edification, yeah, all right, yep, yes, okay. Maybe I imagined it. I did imagine it. We're okay. Everything's fine. It's all right. It's these two. You've not made a mistake. I thought there for a moment that I'd put my goods lines in the wrong place, or I'd lined it up wrong, or something like that. Goods lines wrong. I'd got. Haven't. They're fine. You can all relax. Okay, come on round here. That's it. Yeah, yes, you're going to have to go a little slowly, but it'll all work out in the end. You mark my words. Yeah, right, good. Another big, fat, attractive tunnel. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I've taken quite a fancy to big, fat, attractive tunnels this series. It's not new. I think the last time I did it was in Train Fever, maybe. I had a station approach that had that had two whacking great tunnels next to it, and I always thought that looked quite splendid. And evidently now I'm doing it again. I still think it looks quite splendid. Right, you go around over onto there, and that was it. You had it. That's good. Are you going to do that without looking awful? No, Gov. No, I'm only going to do it and look awful. All right, thanks. Right, we might need... Oh, hello. What have I done there? Well, I know what I've done there. I've bulldozed the wrong bit. It's all right. All is not yet lost, because I have an idea that might stop this from looking awful. And it is to do something like that. There you go. Have we got a... No lumps? No lumps. Okay, right. Try that again. Let's go the other way this time and see if it makes it any better. It looks like it might want to insert something hideous. I see you. This stalactite that it is intending to inject into proceedings. All right. Well, look, we'll try it. Yeah. You see, look, why do you have to be like that? Get rid of this. No, this is my clever wheezy plan, and it hasn't worked. Not. Oh my goodness. No, that's not even come close to working. If working was a country, we're in a different one, and we don't have a visa. Right. Try that again. Get through. Knock a hole through that bit of ugly. Good. Now then. Maybe we chance getting it done outside the tunnel. Hey, now you're talking. I don't know if I've got enough room. I have got enough room. You just have to slow down quite a lot. So be it. If the tunnel is going to make it... No, flipping heck. Now, things like that happen, firstly, because I'm so busy providing top-notch entertainment through the medium of commentary that sometimes I don't notice what it is that I'm doing. But more often than that, it's because I use the bulldozer to cancel whatever tool it is I'm doing now. So I'll usually hit bulldozer twice to cancel track laying. Yeah, that's a very low-risk manoeuvre, that is, isn't it? Oh yeah, just let me go. See, look, there you go. That's how we usually do it. All right, double bulldoze to cancel my track laying. Very rarely does that result in anything bad, but when it does, it's usually quite bad. Right, okay, last bit of track to lay, and this is going to be another merger job here. So if I rock you out to the end, and then you come in this way, and what we'll do is we'll single track through this station with the goods paraphernalia, because we need the space in order to have this ridiculous bridge. But after that, everything is peachy again. Yeah, we can just carry on as though life has always been generous to us. There we are. All right, spank him. We're there. No, hold on. You need to do a merge back out again, or a split, or however you wish to describe it. There you are. Look, hey, I'll do that. Do you want to go a bit further? Yeah, go as far as you can, and that'll be dandy. Of course, the pillar is actually, at the end of the day, not the reason we're doing it. It's because the track is too tight to get a second line in there. Although if it does it now, I will be displeased with both myself and existence. However, can we get around here? No, you can't get around there either. So yeah, we need to merge onto a single track to get around there, and then it can split back out again. And I'm comfortable with that because I like a bit of queuing, as you know. Excessive queuing, not so keen. But a little bit here and there is absolutely fine. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, not just because I'm cruel and heartless and don't care for your entertainment value, but also because this is a natural place for us to halt our proceedings. And rather than sticking a train down it now, I think what we'll do is we will continue to Gallifrey next time round. And that should be a relatively simple operation. Might be expensive, but it's going to be relatively simple. Where we go swinging around the corner, and it's relatively flat, and then we set it up to go through the mountain range out towards Miranda. Won't that be charming? The answer is yes. Yes, it will be charming. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. You've been a delight. I hope to see you again soon. And a cheerio. So there you go, another beefy episode of Transport Fever. I certainly enjoyed recording it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. The series is taking a little time to get up to full ramming speed, but it's a single project series, this one, and therefore it's worth getting these foundation stages right. Let me know in the comments if you think I should just rattle through the construction of the mainline, because that's what I'm going to spend quite a few episodes doing, is finishing off that initial loop round the outside, and then we'll do some exciting and diverse and interesting different things, and that will be splendid. Fire a like at this one if you had a jolly good time, and if you've still got nothing better to do with yourself, have a squiz of one of these, or classics, both of them. They'll blow you away. They'll take your socks off and then put them in the washing machine.